BTS news in the midst of the busy military service undertaken by BTS members. An unexpected incident again shook the hearts of soldiers around the world. This time, public attention was focused on two figures who have been known to have strong and emotional ties: Jungkook and Jimin. A mysterious message sent by Jungkook in the middle of the night suddenly makes Jimin make his own movements that surprise many. There was no official announcement, no big escort, and not even an escort from HYB's staff. Jimin, who is usually very structured in his activities, was seen making his own decisions and moving quickly after receiving the message. The incident stemmed from a cryptic post posted by Jungkook through a private military channel that was only accessible to certain people. The message was not long, even very short and ambiguous, but strong enough to trigger a quick reaction from Jimin. "That time has come. Only you know what to do." The sentence became the starting point of a furor that ended up dragging speculation, emotion, and great attention from the fans. Many are wondering, what does the message mean? What is really going on between the two? And why does Jimin seem to know exactly what Jungkook means? It didn't take long for Jimin to disappear from the public's radar. In less than an hour after the message was sent, he left his dorm and headed for a location that was not announced to anyone. He even refused to be escorted by official security, a move he rarely does. CCTV cameras captured his movements from HYB's headquarters, and his facial expression was very serious. Not panicked, but also unusual. He seems to be carrying a huge burden that only he and Jungkook can understand. Meanwhile, fans who are very sensitive to changes in their idol's behavior immediately smell an awkwardness. ARMY began to speculate, tracing every possible digital trace left by the two idols. Many have begun to associate Jungkook's mysterious messages with some past uploads that look like hidden puzzles. Even in one of his V-Live sessions before his enlistment, Jungkook once said, "If one day I can't speak directly, I will tell him in our own way." Those words that were once only considered jokes or emotional expressions are now the basis of great speculation that there is a secret communication system between the two. Some fans refer to him as Code Taekook Jimin, referring to the intimacy of their emotional relationship that is not always understood by the public. And this time, it all feels so real. According to an insider, Jimin was seen heading to the Gangwon-do area, a remote location that is often used as a military rehabilitation or special training site. Is Jungkook there? If so, why can't he speak directly? Is he in a situation where it is not possible to contact anyone other than Jimin? Or could this be part of a personal plan known only to the two of them? Whatever the reason, the fact that Jimin immediately moved without waiting for permission and refused any form of official escort shows that this situation is not something out of the ordinary. He seemed to know exactly what was going on, and more than that, he seemed very sure of what he had to do. His pace was quick, his aim clear, and he didn't look back. That on the way to the location, Jimin reportedly stopped at an old music store not far from a small train station in the hinterland of Chuncheon City. There, she meets an old man known as Jungkook's former vocal coach during his pre-debut. According to eyewitnesses, the meeting lasted only about 10 minutes. But coming out of the shop, Jimin's face was noticeably changed, more and more resolute, but also showing such deep emotions. Several soldiers who were at the location because they happened to know the place immediately spread the information. And from there, this story became even more interesting. Shortly after, Jimin disappeared back from the public radar. No cell phone signal, no digital information, as if he cut all ties with the outside world. Meanwhile, HYB's agency did not comment, preferring to remain silent and not respond to questions from the media. This certainly reinforces the suspicion that what is happening is not something that can be explained by ordinary statements. Some wild speculation began to circulate. Some say that Jungkook is facing serious problems within the military and only trusts Jimin to help him. Others believe that the two are planning something big, perhaps some kind of secret project that can only be done in complete secrecy. Some even attribute this to an old promise they once made in an interview that if one of us feels the world is too heavy, the other will come without being asked. That sentence now feels so deep and relevant. Is the world too much for Jungkook? And is Jimin now fulfilling that promise? What made it all the more emotional was the reaction from the fans. Many wept. Many reposted old footage of their interactions, and many sent prayers and hopes that no matter what was going on, everything would be fine. Some soldiers even gather at places believed to be their meeting points in the past, as a form of support and hope that these two friends will return with good news. Time went on, and for 2 days, there was no news from Jimin. Even the HYB staff began to worry. But on the third day, a 2-minute video suddenly appeared showing Jimin sitting on a small hill, staring into a snowy valley. He didn't say anything in the video, just staring, with watery eyes and trembling lips. However, at the end of the video, he uttered one phrase that made everyone cry. "I found it." It is not clear what he meant by that phrase. Did he find Jungkook? Or something deeper, the answer to the unrest of the two of them all this time? But that sentence was enough to calm the hearts of the fans. Because in Jimin's silent gaze, there was calmness and strength. It was as if he had done what had to be done, and now he was ready to return. A few days later, Jimin returns to Seoul in an equally mysterious way. No announcements, no crowds, and no explanations. He was only seen wearing black clothes and a mask, but fans knew immediately that he had experienced something that changed him. He looked calmer, stronger, and in his silence, there was a kind of wisdom he had never shown before. What about Jungkook? Until now, there has been no official statement about its existence. But some fans reported that they heard Jungkook's voice in an audio recording that was released on a limited basis only to the military fan community. In the footage, Jungkook says, "You came just like I asked. Thank you." That sentence made a lot of army again moved and felt that no matter what happened, the two had found each other in silence. This story will probably never be officially explained by the agency or the media. But for ARMY, Jungkook's mysterious message and Jimin's spontaneous actions will forever be remembered as one of the most emotional moments and prove that the relationship between them is more than just colleagues or ordinary friends. It is a soul connection that transcends words, transcends borders, and transcends the world we can see.